Welcome back to Rudy's 1/6 World for another First Thoughts video. And Hot Toys couldn't let the week end without giving us one more announcement. And this was a big one, I think. We're getting a new Black Panther figure from what Hot Toys is calling their Black Panther Legacy line. And it's the original suit used both in Civil War and at the opening of the Black Panther movie before he switches to the nanotech version. And wow, off the bat, let's talk about the Hot Toys mindset, which is we've gotten a lot of remakes and version 2.0s of figures lately. We just got Stealth Cap announced earlier, as well as Mark 46, which I'm still curious to see how limited those actually are. This one looks like it's a standard release, not an exclusive, so I'm expecting this to go up later today for pre-order at some point. So let's talk about the figure, and I'll tell you my initial reaction is overwhelmingly amazed. I do own the original Civil War version, which didn't come with a sculpt, and the nanotech version, which did. Both of those are great figures, and I'm not looking to part ways with them either. I love them, they're in my collection. Having said that, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that the original is better than what we're seeing here from Hot Toys, because it's not. Like I said, they're great figures, but this is clearly an upgrade. And let's talk about a few key things that I noticed off the bat and that Hot Toys is even highlighting. The first is the body. The proportions are much more accurate to Chadwick Boseman from the movie. Even if you look at the traps on the figure in particular, it feels like it's much more screen accurate and ripped right out of the movie. The other thing I noticed, and I like that that Hot Toys is also focusing on, is the material for the suit, because it's a huge improvement here, and the original one had much more smoother nature, and it looked like screen printing. This one has really great texturing, and it's actually a more intricate suit than what it seems like, and it's noticeable because of the texturing that's being done here. Also, the silver necklace around his neck, it's much more finely detailed here. The original wasn't bad at all, but it was a tad bit bulkier, and this is just refined where it's got a really nice thin band. Now, that might also just be how the suit got modified slightly between Civil War and Black Panther, but it looks amazing. The other thing here is the sculpt. I don't know if it's a new sculpt, and I actually just checked the one from Black Panther that I have and I don't think it is. It's definitely got a much more improved paint application and texturing, but it doesn't seem like a new one to me, and Hot Toys didn't straight out note that, so I'm thinking it's just a repaint, but it still looks great. And again, it's an improvement over the original just with the texturing and the paint apps. Other than that, I like the accessories. I like the shield and spear from his fight with M'Baku. And it's interesting we're getting the ceremonial helmet that he uses during that same fight. They are calling this the Black Panther Legacy series, so I'm not sure if this is a one-off or they're going to revisit the movie. Could they be planning on giving us a waterfall fight T'Challa? It would very much be like Hot Toys to include accessories in one figure that are more useful to another, but that's just conjecture on my part and something that popped into my head given the accessories that we're getting. I will note that with the diorama craze that Hot Toys has, I'm surprised we didn't get something here for that. But overall, I think it's an impressive upgrade to the figure and shows pretty intense improvements in every facet. Obviously, we can't discuss the figure without mentioning the untimely and unexpected passing of Chadwick Boseman. He really was iconic in this role and was impressive in all his movies, so it was definitely sad to hear of his passing. And hopefully this figure comes across as just honoring that legacy, and it's an opportunity to see Chadwick Boseman again, right, and have a version of his character. For me, this is a definite pre-order. I don't feel like I can pass on this one. I have the entire set of Black Panther figures, including a custom to sit on the throne. And again, with the legacy title, could they revisit a King T'Challa? I'm not sure. Anyway, I'd love to display this figure without the helmet, which is how I currently have the Civil War version showcased. Now, overall thoughts from Hot Toys in general, it's an interesting time for them. I think it's great for new collectors or people that missed out on some of these classic figures that they now have a chance to own them. And even for me, there are certain figures that seem like they're such huge improvements that they're worth getting. This is definitely one of them. The Mark III 2.0 is another. Having said that, we're hovering at 150 pre-orders, more or less. I just got my Taskmaster shipped. The negative is I feel like all I have are pre-orders. I'm collecting them at this point. And I feel like Hot Toys has some catching up to do. The releases have been trickling in, but it feels like they're far surpassed by new pre-orders. So I'm not sure what the future holds here, and it's something worth keeping an eye on. Anyway, enough of that. Let me know your thoughts on this one, and if you are enjoying the content and feel so inclined, please go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll touch base on the next video.